GB said, where can I go to check what games are being covered on what stream/casters? Legume said it's also on the Google Calendar on the website. Pythian Legume said also if you look in the user sidebar anyone with a purple circle is streaming. And might be covering games.
team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Reserve time. Dire team banned. Seconds remaining.
Alright everybody, I'm your host Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the draft. Alright, I'm sorry I had to do that because I saw someone comment that at the very top of my stream. Anyways, what's up you guys? I'm the I am 9200, not the 9200 on stream at least. Maybe on YouTube, but I'm a little used to it. This game is itsover9000 versus Quas Report. Unfortunately, Quas Report had some issues figuring out their team names and stuff, so at the bottom here you will not see their team name, but that's okay. Just know that it is the fantastic name Quas Report.
Dire team pick.
Alright, sorry. I was replying to a Twitch comment. I don't know why. But, anyways, bans in the first phase. Coddle, banned out by Quas Report, and then itsover9000 banned the Timbersaw actually as a response. I thought that was pretty funny, because Coddle is often it's actually a really hard counter to Timbersaw. I played one game as Timbersaw against Coddle one time. It was absolutely awful. So, I mean, Mana Leak is pretty strong anyways, so interesting ban, but definitely worth it, especially since itsover9000 has a player named Coddlette. And then Elder Titan and Sniper banned out. Elder Titan, pretty standard ban. Sniper, kind of weird, but I guess maybe if they face a Drow strat, they don't want to face a Sniper and a Drow. I faced that yesterday, personally, in a pub match. It was cancer, I will tell you that much. So, first picks here. Radiant, Quas Report, pick up Faceless Void. Pretty staple hero for the patch. I'm pretty sure I've seen it in like every game that I've casted, unless it's been banned, so pretty strong hero. Chronosphere, good skill. You know, also the bash chance, or not the bash chance, how the bash damage got changed, pretty good. So, and then Ricky and Earth Spirit picked up for itsover9000. Ricky, not too much of a surprise, but Earth Spirit, kind of weird, so I guess they're a roaming duo? Maybe itsover9000 has practiced this before, and they're just way next level compared to my small mind. But Earth Spirit faced a lot of nerfs, so maybe we'll see some good play. Maybe we will see some heavily nerfed Earth Spirit play, which is what we probably will see. So, then the next pick is Dazzle for the Radiant. So, just another pretty strong hero, I would say. Has sustain. It's pretty cheap sustain as well, like 120 mana cost for a 6-second cooldown spell. Pretty good. Shallow Grave, always good. Obviously, it's kind of a long cooldown, but it's pretty good. Poison Touch, decent slow / harass in the early game, and then of course Weave can be situationally really good, and then other times it's just okay. Against the Ricky, I'm not sure about the Dazzle pick, but we'll see. So now the second round of bans. Huskar, obviously, don't want to face Dazzle Huskar, and then Drow banned out. Itsover9000. Don't want to get cheesed in any way, shape, or form this game, apparently. So, no Drow, no Huskar. And then for Quas report, they banned the gyrocopter, which I find a little strange. Gyrocopter falling off really heavily, especially since, what patch was it, 6.84? Just been nerfed and nerfed over and over again until he's basically become unplayed as a whole. Rocket Barrage does basically no damage. Kind of just a late game carry, and he's worse than the other late game carries right now, like Morph or Medusa, so not a very heavily picked up hero. Luna then banned out as well. Kind of an interesting ban out, I guess. Could be okay against the Void, maybe, if she's not caught in the chrono, but then she's kind of playing far back, which is not particularly what you want to do as a carry. At least that's how I've learned the game so far. But guess they fear the heavy damage output from the Luna, so now it's over 9,000, dipping more and more into their reserve time for their third pick. I'm assuming they have their 2 supports. Maybe it is an offlane or Spirit. Who knows, maybe their offlane player does player Spirit, or it's an offlane Riki, or even a position 1 Riki. That would be something. That would be the day, guys. I think that would be the day. Position 1 Riki. Yeah? But anyways, Vengeful Spirit picked up, so definitely a peculiar lineup right now for its over 9,000. Can do a lot of swapping. Vengeful Spirit, obviously traditionally played as a hard 5, but small chance that it could be like a mid or a carry. Not very strong in either of those positions, but you never know what's gonna pop out in a league where it's like a range of 2K to 4K players. Obviously, we as the lower skilled bracket of people are very creative in our ideas, so, you know. But anyway, third pick gonna come out here for Quas report. Probably looking for like a mid or a support. Faceless Void could be offlane, could be a carry. I think I've seen it more as an offlane in this tournament, so, but definitely. Alright, so Witch Doctor, guess that'll be their support tandem there. Witch Doctor and Dazzle, a lot of sustain on that team, so lots of healing, a lot of physical damage as well. So, and Invoker picked for it's over 9,000, so kind of just dodging the physical amping up of the damage, I guess, in some way, from the Dazzle at least, but still, I would like to see something higher armored, though, out of it's over 9,000 right now, because Quas report has quite a bit of physical damage just in their supports already. Shadow Wave physical damage, and then obviously the Death Ward physical damage. Faceless Void, as the game goes later, he could farm up a few items or two and get going, so we'll see about that. See how well the Void does, but Invoker also pretty good at picking off squishy supports, so like Witch Doctor and Dazzle, you know, he offers a lot of nuke damage at the very least, so. But OD picked up now. This is a hero that's seen some resurgence, so it's gonna be the classic OD versus Invoker mid.
10 seconds remaining.
Not perhaps, well, I mean, I'd say it's pretty synergistic with the Dazzle. Getting Graved, always helpful. It's also really, really good with the Void. You just Chronosphere, and if you buy a Dragon Lance on OD, you have a lot of just ability to do damage inside the Chrono, as well as gaining up a lot of intel without necessarily having to drop your ulti super soon, just out of the mana burn sake. So, and it's over 9,000, my boys, banning Slark. Let's go. Oh, I hate that hero. Kill it with fire. But now 5th ban coming out from Quas report. We'll see what it is. Anti-Mage. Yeah, alright, I can see that. It's pretty good against Void, especially in lane. If you don't have mana to time walk, you can't really offlane. That's assuming it's offlane. They might have a carry in mind, or they might have a different offlaner in mind. They might just want to go Faceless Void carry. So,
10 seconds remaining.
Last pick now, coming out for Quas report. Expecting a safe laner. They have a fair amount of time, about 48 seconds of reserve time, which they will dip into. A lot of carries, though, have been banned out yet so far. Huskar, Drow, Slark, Sniper, Gyro, Luna, AM, so not a whole lot left in the pool. Lifestealer's there. I don't think Lifestealer is necessarily fantastic this game. I guess it could be okay. Silences are pretty good against Lifestealer, which they have 2 on the dire side right now, so... And, alright, Sven, so more plus armor, more physical damage. Yeah, I mean, I'm not quite sure how to assess it against the lineup. Invoker could be pretty good at kiting him, especially with Deafening Blast. I guess that is what BKB is for, but when the game gets later, Sven will have a 5-second BKB and Invoker will have the 360 Deafening Blast, so could be interesting, but there are 3 pretty squishy heroes, and so far, so I don't know. We'll see how this game plays out. Well, after we see, of course, itsover9000's the last pick. Man, I'm getting sweaty. I might have to, like, roll on some deodorant in the middle of this game, or, like, right after the draft. Spectre! Alright, so, it is probably an offlane Earth Spirit then, and apparently I've been disconnected from the server most likely. No? Maybe not? Yes, I have. Alright, I just heard it timed out, and I can see it right there. Alright, let's reconnect. So, Spectre last pick out of itsover9000. Definitely a hero that has suffered from some nerfs as of last patch, but can still be situationally good. I don't know. Depends on the build, I guess, what they really want to go for. Can be tanky in the chrono, I guess, if she gets caught out after getting a lot of farm. Things can go at least okay, but yeah. So, while we're paused here, we are going to do some player introductions. The mighty Ginginator on the Sven. Alright, Resolution with some, I guess those are Japanese characters? Maybe they're Chinese, I'm not entirely sure, but some East Asian characters, if you will. On the Faceless Void, it's Roxas Gaming on the Outworld Devourer, likely going mid, and then Maywin on the Dazzle. That is Quas reports lineup. Aside from the one hero, which is the Witch Doctor, just the player that hasn't spawned in, we will have that Martin guy on the Witch Doctor. Here for itsover9000, we have Pyro VX on the Vengeful Spirit, and then, let's see, Monkster, who requested this game to be casted on the Spectre, and then B2 Be Me. Oh wow, I didn't ever notice that, like, the shopkeeper was, like, in the ground here. Interesting. What in the world? Oh, I clicked on the shop. I clicked on the shopkeeper. Alright, that's why I was doing that. B2 Be Me, mid invoker, and then Coddlette on the roaming Ricky, and then the player that will be on the Earth Spirit, Chu-Li Ra Dota? I don't know, I see Raw DC. We'll just say Chu-Li on the, what I'm presuming is going to be the offlane Earth Spirit, so we will have to see. But right now, game is paused. 2 players are maybe unable to select a hero or something. I don't know, hopefully we don't have to, like, remake or something like that. Alright. Apparently we're going, so that people can maybe pick their heroes. Alright, so that Martin guy gets his Witch Doctor. Still waiting on Chu-Li to get his Earth Spirit. Alright, there he is. Now he's nice and loaded in. Oh, Raw Dog. Alright. Well, I don't know, we might call him Chu-Li or Raw Dog, I'm not sure. And anyway, the Good Luck Have Fun's come out. Nice, guys. Nice. I like the sportsmanship. I really do. That sounded really sarcastic, but do enjoy some solid sportsmanship. Oh, this guy has the Sanity's Eclipse changing things. What was it? Centennial the Lucent Gate or whatever. I didn't really like that set. I'm a big OD player, so, but don't really have it. But I do like the Immortal. Just kind of hate how it's the Astral Imprisonment effect. I wish it did like an effect for Arcane Orb or Essence or something like that. Like, I don't know. I guess Astral Imprisonment used to be like one of his really signature skills, but the Ricky here, going to kind of scout out, see where maybe the jungle is, or see where the Radiant Heroes are in the jungle. But they are up on this hillside, so not anywhere where he wants. And they see the Earth Spirit up here, but he's just gonna smartly walk away. And both mids walk away with a rune in their hands. So Invoker opting to go Quas first instead of Exhort, so perhaps a Quaswex, but I don't know. Quaswex could be okay this game. Some relatively low mana pools on their cores, so like Sven and Faceless, but I don't know. Don't really see Quaswex much anymore these days, so. Let's see. Avenge did get a ward down here, so he is going to wrap around and try and punch the Void a bit. So Resolution, not going to have too much fun. There we go. Alright, now I should be getting a few more FPS at least. Because I lowered or minimized some of the things that I had open. Coddlet, gonna roam mid. And get a few punches on Raxus Gaming. Yep, still going, and now OD is gonna get his own punch though. Bottom lane, meanwhile, actually, Earth Spirit's getting gone on, and this looks to be First Blood. It is First Blood going to the Sven, just getting stunned up, and wow, there's a fair amount of lockdown, I guess, in this lane. There's the slow from the Dazzle, which was leveled up, and wow, they even spot out this ward, which I believe was planted by the Ricky. Yeah, he doesn't have his ward, so. I guess they were deciding there which support should take the ward, either that or I was lagging, because I am a US man casting on an EU server, so. And so this Earth Spirit, not having fun. He has seen about 1 creep of XP, and I think it's 1 denied creep even, so not too good. So supports meanwhile doing alright, like the level 2 already there on the Witch Doctor, Dazzle, about halfway there, and then of course Sven, halfway to level 3. Martin guy, just gonna kinda harass the Earth Spirit, but meanwhile top, Resolution is getting gone on, but he has a poor man's shield, so he's gonna be okay. Gonna have to chew through some of his tangos though, which he bought 2 sets for this lane, so he might take harass, but I don't know if he'll die in this lane necessarily, at least not without a rotation, especially if you miss Spectral Daggers like that, unfortunately. Oh, wait, you know what I haven't done? Gosh dang it, guys. So bad. You guys are going to be screaming about that for the first few minutes, I'm sure. My apologies. It's for first game of the day. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Meanwhile, the Dazzle tries to stack up this camp, but actually pulls the wrong direction. If you want to pull this camp, you usually want to pull it like either one or those directions. If you pull it this way, especially when it's already stacked like this, it's going to be pretty hard. But now, Dazzle just going to poison touch up the Earth Spirit. Make sure he stays level 1. Wow, what a rough time to be this guy. And Ricky was mid, but OD has his bottle now, so he can at least get some sustainable regen out of the lane. And this Void is definitely getting a lot more than the Earth Spirit. Level 4 already, out-leveling the Spectre, not necessarily getting harassed as much as he should, or even just like the lanes just not getting pulled. And is this going to be a single pull? No, I think he stacked it actually, and just most of the creeps have died. But, of course, now this is going to get pulled over, unfortunately. But it's fine, just going to give him some extra CS, although it will not respawn, I believe. Yeah, this camp doesn't respawn, so he can't pull it at 53 and double stack it again. But, meanwhile, Sven did use a Stormhammer down here earlier. Oh, the roll was already used, so he might go down here now. And he will. The Venge had no mana for a stun when she TP'd in. So, crucial mistake right there. And there was even one other kill. Who was it on? I didn't even see. Oh, it was on the Ricky. So the Ricky died at some point. Somewhere. Who killed him? Oh, the Dazzle. Alright, so it must have been mid lane. T-Tours. Alright, meanwhile, Raxus Gaming getting gone on, but the Dazzle is here. He has. Oh, they're gonna try to turn around. He has no grave though on the Dazzle, so this could be dangerous. Uphill miss coming through. So, not a huge deal. Getting some sustain from his Dazzle here. Raxus is. And Courier just kind of sitting over here before delivering the ward to Void. Void is level 5 already. Wow. Just doing really well in this off lane, truthfully. And now they're actually going to rotate the Ricky to the off lane over the Earth Spirit. I'm going to try to have the Earth Spirit roam around. And Ginginator gonna get some of his XP soaked by the Ricky. In fact, the Ricky's gonna maybe try to find him, but has no Blink Strike and has no boots, so it's gonna be hard. But meanwhile, Pyro X, I actually heard the Maledict go, and I wasn't sure if he was someone was getting killed, and it actually turned out that he was. So Pyro X, VX getting taken down on the Vengeful Spirit. Alright, and now thanks to some pulls from the Venge, the Spectre has at least caught up in XP on the Void, so. But with this wave, it seems that after all these creeps died, I think Spectre will be 6 and Void will be 6, but the Vengeful Spirit is here. He's going to renew this ward just right before this expires, so I don't think the Void saw it because it was nighttime. Even if he did, I don't know if he would have spotted it out. I mean, I'm pretty bad about spotting it out too, so it's fine if he did. And Void is 6 now, so Chronosphere up, but Spectre also having Haunt. She has the phase boots as well, so definitely going to be interesting. Meanwhile, the mighty Ginginator, he's kind of sitting down here at low health. He has some consumables though being ferried out to him. Excuse me, and also has a Morbid Mask, so can lifesteal back up if he really needs to.
Dark light.
This mid lane, kind of just going evenly. Very even farm trade. I don't think either hero has died yet. But there have definitely been a lot more denies out of the Invoker, and it is actually Quas. I should have checked that. And oh, he gets silenced by the Ricky, missed on the stun. See there? Oh, but they even commit the Haunt to this. They're gonna dive the Ricky in. There's no grave yet. He opted for a second point in the Poison Touch. The OD is actually out of mana, but no one actually gonna go down in that engagement. And that was the Earth Spirit Nerths right there, kind of witnessed from the Boulder Smash. If that had hit, I'm pretty sure that's a dead OD, but much slower like travel time now. So, you know, Sven just trying to pressure bottom lane. This Ricky's really low, so if he gets too greedy like that, he's just gonna go down. I actually didn't realize that he was maxing stun either, so. This Sven is getting very farmed very quickly.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now the Ven gonna try to stand behind the Void. Doesn't throw out a stun yet. And poor man's and treads now, and he's just gonna chill out on strength treads, so doing pretty well. Meanwhile, the OD and the Witch Doctor gonna try to go on mid, but there's actually a Earth Spear right behind, and that's gonna be the death of the Witch Doctor. So OD thankfully had an invisibility rune, but he did waste it now. So far the Invoker made some pretty good plays, I would say. Just some good Tornado EMPs. Pretty easy combo to land, but still gotta land it. And Earth Spirit roaming up top. They're gonna try to go in on this Sven, but it's just a Ricky and a level 3 Earth Spirit at minute 9. So, as well as the Dazzle coming to back up. No Grave Dazzle as well, but still 2 points in Shadow Wave. So, meanwhile, Void since Monkster went for that gank on the mid lane, has gotten a little bit of an XP advantage and is reaching level 8. Ooh, gets denied on that creep there. Would have been his level 8, but what does level 8 even offer him? I guess another level in Bash. Goes up from 15 to 20%, but meanwhile, bottom lane, maybe an initiation going in. There is a cask, Silence Cloud onto the Dazzle, but a double stun from Sven. He's gonna activate the God Strength. He's trying to come in, but he's just getting kited now. He has, I mean, he's gonna try to keep going in, but he might be able to find the Venge, but no Echo Saber right now. Gets actually cold snapped, trying to go in. Now he's silenced up by the Smoke Cloud. They've gone too far. Dazzle has no grip, so it doesn't matter. Now Dazzle might be paying, but so is the Ricky apparently. Maybe he's gonna pop, probably. Spectre haunts in, going for the Mighty Ginginator. He will go down. Now the Witch Doctor trying to run away, but he's gonna get tornadoed. Excellent placement right there by B2B Me. And a very favorable trade for the Dire. Just way too greedy of a dive there from the Sven. Perhaps if he had Echo Saber over Helm of the Dominator, he could have gotten some of those kills, but I mean, not to say Helm of the Dominator is necessarily a bad pickup. I'm not really sure what the better pickup is, but I wouldn't have made that dive fee if you don't have that. And now the Invoker has an Oblivion Staff, so showing signs of going Orchid. Pretty good against this team. OD loses most of his damage if you Orchid. Void, no Chronosphere, no Time Walk if you Orchid, no Time Dilation either, which is particularly fantastic against Invoker. Obviously, no Voodoo Restoration, or at least toggling it off. No Death Ward, no Grave is actually very important. So silences are quite strong against this team. Maybe not as strong against the Sven, which is most of their damage, but if they want to back the Sven up, meanwhile Tornado and Q coming in on mid, but doesn't imprison himself. Raxus Gaming does to try and dodge it, and I think he does so successfully. Otherwise he would have lost more mana, I'm pretty sure. So, meanwhile they have 3 top, Mighty Ginginator, Resolution just farming that Martian guy. As well as the Dazzle is going to rotate up here, I think. Yep, he places down a ward on the high ground there. So they are going to see the Invoker rotating over. The Venge is here, as is the Ricky. He's spotting out. He places down a sentry ward to make sure that he's safe. There are no sentry wards, but there is a dust on the Witch Doctor. So if the Ricky shows himself, he is likely to die. And they actually know that he's back there. The Invoker is the Ricky, goes in ultimate. The Tornado comes out. That Martin guy might go down, as well as the Dazzle. Dazzle's still no grave, but the Sven is here to try and do some things. The Chrono goes out on Chuli. The dust wears off on the Ricky, and now the Vengeful Spirit's going to go down as well. So 2 supports for the support and the offlaner. Kind of an okay trade, I guess. Let's look at the team net worth graph. I think it'll update like really soon. Might have just been a little spike for the Radiant there. And then also looking at XP, yeah, just a small spike there. So I don't know if Spectre didn't have Haunt for that fight. I'm assuming that she would have, but I don't know. I guess she was trying to pressure this bottom tower, perhaps. Who knows? But, yep, they do spot out this ward now, so good D-ward at least by the Vengeful Spirit, but not before it at least does some of its job in picking off the, or actually, I don't think they actually killed the Invoker, did they? Yeah, no, he still has 0 deaths, so I guess we'll play it on the Invoker, using the Tornado, and then just running away, I guess with Quas activated as well, because he was maledicted. But meanwhile, Ricky is bottom, so they might try to go for something on this Dazzle. He has a level engrave now. Thankfully for him, he's actually going to poison touch the Spectre. Just going to keep punching away at him. The Ricky is here. They silence him up. Is he going to be able to grave? No, the Ricky uses ultimate. Good pick off right there, just punishing the aggression from the Dazzle. And now, Pyro VX just warded up on the Radiant Ancients. So they know that Sven's going to try and do this. He even tried to stack it, but actually Pyro VX makes a cheeky play and goes and blocks it. What a guy, really. And Ricky, picking out the invisibility rune, he's like, hey, I'm already invisible forever. invincible forever, in fact. No. Alright. But saying, hey, guys, check this out. And they actually just saw that ward placement by Maywin on the Dazzle. So, Quas gonna go in mid. They have vision on the Ricky, but it was from a sentry that is just about to time out, and he just blink strikes away to his invoker. The boulder kick misses on everyone. So, kind of interesting. No tornado either now, because tornado was used for 15 seconds. Spectre does have Haunt, so she's just going to farm bottom lane, and if anything starts breaking out mid lane, huge, she will just Haunt in. Wex, or EMP, goes out to try and zone out the Radiant. Does so kind of successfully, but they might still get this tower. Sentry Ward is actually mid, so now they're going to be alerted to that because the Ricky was getting attacked by the OD. And so they are pinging out the Spectre on the Void. They're saying, hey, she has Haunt, so let's try not to get super engagey. Let's just try to take the tower, and let's see if they'll do so successfully. Roll in from the Earth Spirit. No Haunt yet, and there it comes. So now the EMP comes out. The Sven turns on his God Strength, but he was silenced for a long time, took a lot of damage. He gets hit and killed by the Spectre. And the Witch Doctor ultimate does nothing ultimately. The Earth Spirit did die for initiating, but now they're just going to try and go in. So, and they actually just farmed that wave, and now they're going to back up on the Radiant. So another 1-for-1, but definitely more favorable to the Dire team, losing just their offlane Earth Spirit, who has level 7 at minute 16, unfortunately for him, versus killing the Sven, who did have his Echo Saber in that fight, but he took so much damage from the Ricky Smoke Cloud of not being able to activate God Strength, and Stormhammer, you know, he's just running away. And now, since they know they dewarded that, Ricky's gonna go try and block the camp, but they know, so they deward again. So a little deward war going on up by the Radiant Ancients. Spectre actually going to go the Radiance build, 3.5k gold saved up in the bank, so about 200, or yeah, not 3.6k, so in a few waves she will have her relic money at about 17 minutes in. That's I guess an okay timing for the relic. You want to try to get it sub 20 minutes, but if you get it at around 20, 21 as a Spectre, that's pretty good. OD has his Dragon Lance, Invoker, pretty close to his Orchid, one last hit away I would suppose. The Ricky, meanwhile, gonna try and go in on that Martin guy. Gets backstab a bunch. He actually gets astraled by his teammate. Now they're gonna try to go in, but he actually gets Wex tornadoed up. The EMP comes through. The Sven is here though, and he has the God Strength. He hits Chuli. Chuli's double stun. Well played. Oh, the OD ult dropping the hammer. The Invoker goes down. The Ricky went down somewhere along the lines too. Now they're gonna try and chase out the Venge, but can they? No, they can't. So, 3-for-1 there. Just losing their Witch Doctor, who got initiated on, thankfully, for just the Radiant team. There was no Haunt there available. Yeah, it's still on cooldown even right now. So, no way for the Spectre to Haunt into that engagement. So, perhaps Radiant recognizing that, and there was a TP that was coming in that got cancelled immediately because he realized, oh wait, there's 4 heroes there. I'm gonna die. So, this is likely this mid-tier 2 going down. They are weaved up, so they have extra armor as well. So any like Venge Wave of Terror would be rather negligible. Not a ton of right-click damage necessarily coming out from the Dire, aside from Spectre, but even then with the Radiance and then Dispersion, let's see, what kind of damage is Dispersion? I'm actually unsure. Somebody please tell me, because, oh, the smoke is actually coming in on the Spectre. They're going to be behind her. They might Chrono for this. And, oh, she haunts away! And that's why you Chrono, boys. Well played, though, by Monster. Just good recognition of, hey, I've got to get the hell out of here now. The Invoker, Tornado EMPs, shows off his new Orchid. Meanwhile, Ginginator tries to go in, but he gets counter-stunned, and now, oh, a good Chrono on 3, catching 2 out so that the Sven can go in, and now Pyro VX is also going to go down. And because the Haunt was used to escape, she's gonna, Monstinator can't join the fight. And that's that tier 2 on the bottom lane going down for Dire. So, things going very, very well right now for Quas support. They're taking a good use of the Sven's early damage with this God Strength, and now they're even going to try to pressure this tier 3. Meanwhile, Ricky goes and dewards the Radiant Ancients again. And they do actually get the tier 3. They're going to try and stick around for Rags even. Ricky going out the best harass he can with the smoke screen. The two-man Stormhammer. Venge, Wave of Tears, and then stuns up the Sven. Or was it the, I don't know, Monster? Actually gonna go down! He almost had Radiance money probably, and now the Ricky? Ooh, he almost goes down. He just gets out of sentry range. Now the Venge swaps in the Faceless Void, but she will pay with her life, and the Faceless doesn't even go down. So this is actually a full set of racks for Quas support. Just really well played. Some good just play by them, I think. They're playing to their strengths, and now they will all get out for free probably. So Witch Doctor halfway to his Aghanims. Void just picked up the Diffusal Blade. OD picked up some drums about, let's see, 300 away from Force Staff, so 550 from Hurricane Pike. If he chooses to go for it, which he should, I'd assume. Witch Doctor Dazzle has just some Arcanes and a Bracer, some typical support stuff. Let's see, Spectre. I think, what's the Radiance recipe? I can't even remember. Let's look it up since we can do it right here. 1350. So she probably was pretty close to that money, but now 300 gold behind, and they're even racks down, which really, really hurts. So even if she does get the Radiance at an okay time, like she's still looking to possibly get it at, it's gonna be hard. So Radiant just playing really well around the haunt, and now gotta let kind of see the Sven doing their Ancients, but let's see, looks like Radiant just wants to kind of go for Roshan. And now the Ricky's gonna actually show himself. Oh, but the Earth Spirit rolls in. Now the Ricky goes into his ulti form. Resolution still silenced, can't really do anything, but Roaxus gets Catalet. Chu-Li gonna go down as well now, so that's just two heroes off the map. Not really able to do much. The Spectre does get a Radiance, but this is gonna open up Roshan, so pretty much a free Roshan for Quas support. Oh right, I was going over items. Invoker got his Orchid. Apparently Earth Spirit's going for a Veil, I would guess. Has the Helm of Iron Will. Ricky doesn't have much either, he just phase boots some wards and an Oov, as well as a Quelling Blade for quick, fast do.
Radiant team banned. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Reserve time. Dire team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Reserve time.
Radiant team ban.
Dire team banned. Seconds remaining.
Alrighty, everyone. It's time for Game 2 of It's Over 9000 versus Quas Report. Game 1 went to Quas Report in a pretty swift fashion. Sven, Mighty Ginginator, playing as Sven, just kind of went ham, and as well as just kind of the whole team played really well together, personally. Resolution had one fantastic chrono. Roxas Gaming did what his job was, and so did Maywin and that Martin guy, so really well played by them. First band's coming out, It's Over 9000, ban the Faceless Void, don't really want to see that hero again, and then Quas Report, ban the Coddle, and then of course It's Over 9000 respond with the Timbersaw ban once again, and then Kunkka banned for Quas Report. So another hero that was actually been a staple for the patch, I guess, for professional teams, but hasn't really been picked much as far as I've been able to see in this league so far. So definitely interesting. Elder Titan picked first then by It's Over 9000. Pretty, again, just another strong hero for the patch. Natural Order, pretty good. Stomp, pretty good for setting things up. And then the Quas Report respond with Dazzle, Vengeful Spirit. So more minus armor kind of strat, I guess, except Vengeful Spirit switches teams, Dazzle staying on the same one. So Tide Hunter picked up by It's Over 9000 now. So picking up their offlaner, supposedly trying to set up for a wombo combo with the Ravage, of course. So Vengeful Spirit, Dazzle, I don't know, kind of a, I guess, an interesting support duo. I don't know if I see it a whole lot. I guess it's not that popular, but Quas Report actually ban out the Sven this time for themselves. Suppose they just don't want their supports getting blown up really easily. They definitely can because of God's Strength plus Echo Saber. So, and then Juggernaut actually gets banned by It's Over 9000. A pretty strong laner, and Tide, I guess, doesn't do so well against those. So, not wanting to face off against the Jug. Second ban for the second phase coming out from Quas Report now.
Reserve time.
And it's Queen of Pain, actually. Really interesting band. I am actually going to go and turn up the heat in my room again really quick. 1 second.
Dire team pick.
My apologies about that. I turned it up already before the first game because it's pretty cold in my room. At least it feels like it. And it still feels kind of cool. I have my blanket around me. They were actually commenting in the lobby that I sounded like nervous. I'm not nervous, I promise. I'm just really cold. But anyways, Drow gets banned out by itsover9000. Don't want to get cheesed. Queen got banned out by Quas report. That was kind of a weird ban to me. Haven't seen it picked a whole lot, but I guess maybe they have something that they want to pick that Queen would be pretty strong against. So, but picking up the Invoker, I guess they wouldn't want to face a Queen in lane against the Invoker, because, I mean, Queen's just a stronger laner than Invoker, but did see a pretty good Invoker last game from itsover9000 actually, if I believe, but now Quas report picks it up for themselves, so
10 seconds remaining.
Lion actually gets picked up for itsover9000, so
5 seconds
pretty
remaining.
good control coming out of the Lion. Obviously, Finger of Death, pretty strong, especially if you can get like an Elder Titan Spirit sitting like right next to the Finger target. Natural Order buffing up that damage by a lot, so now, second pick for Quas report in the second phase, or fourth pick really, I guess I should say, instead of saying that mouthful of words. So, dipping into their reserve time a little bit here. They still need the carry and the offlaner, so probably going to pick an offlaner. Trying to think, actually Mirana hasn't been picked or banned at all this series if I recall, so could be interesting, but that would leave an off-lane Mirana, or a safe lane Mirana, or a safe lane Invoker and mid Mirana. But could be picked up for itsover9000 if they want to go for it, actually. If they want to go for mid Mirana, but definitely taking their time thinking about it, so maybe they just ban the Queen because the Invoker picker maybe gets like really triggered by Queen. I know a lot of people do that, like I've seen some first ban Silencers because people just hate playing against Silencer. And obviously when you go and play pubs, people just nominate Silencer for banning. I personally nominate Slark for banning because I don't like that hero either. But Slardar picked up more minus armor, so not necessarily some synergy with the Invoker, but the Invoker does add the magic damage that they need, so they're probably going to go for a hero, or a carry hero, that can synergize with the Slardar and the Vengeful Spirit, but Slark gets picked up by itsover9000. Triggered. This just became a biased cast, everyone. I apologize in advance. I will do my best, though.
10 seconds remaining.
But yeah, Slark, yeah, it's pretty good against the Slardar. You can just Dark Pact off the Amplify damage, so you will probably never get Amplify damage, so to speak, so. Bounty Hunter actually getting banned now by itsover9000. Where would Bounty fit in their lineup, though? I don't know. Maybe if they wanted to go like mid-tide, or maybe offlane Elder Titan is what they're thinking or something. I don't know.
10 seconds
I guess they just don't want to face off against a bounty, or it's just a throwaway ban to try and
5 seconds remaining.
maybe they want to pick something that the bounty kind of counters. So just don't want to leave that out there in the pool. So itsover9000 leaving or getting their last ban now. So Huskar actually hasn't been banned yet, but there is the Dazzle actually on Dire, so you should ban the Huskar. itsover9000, please, because that hero will hurt a lot. Actually, I'm pretty sure, especially an Alacrity'd Huskar with a Dazzle behind him. Oh my gosh, that sounds, oh dear, that sounds awful. That sounds like cancer. But we shall see, we shall see. Just taking their time, pretty sure Huskar was the ban, but they actually banned Anti-Mage. Yeah, pretty good hero against the Slark. It's kind of a strange, like, give or take against Lion. If you kind of get the jump and have like a BKB, or if you jump in an Abyssal Limb, Lion's kind of just dead. They actually pick up the Tinker, so maybe that was also part of their motivation for banning AM. Pretty good against the Slark, and also obviously pretty good against the Tinker. So if they were to pick the AM, they would have a pretty heavy like counter lineup by, but Clink's actually standard like a natural Deso builder, so even more minus armor, and also synergizes very well with the minus armor between the strafe and the searing arrows. So definitely a lot of physical damage coming out. They are going to want to stack up on their armor items over here on itsover9000. No natural AC builder other than, I guess, Elder Titan, but I'm assuming it is a support Elder Titan, I'm presuming. So it would be pretty hard to farm that up unless he snowballs really hard. Suppose you could buy it a Slark, wouldn't be too terrible. Tinker, not optimal. Tidehunter, probably want to Shivas instead, which Shivas would actually also be pretty good. It's decent against Clinks, slows down his attack speed, but yeah. Also the Slardars, so you don't necessarily get bashed every 5 seconds. And oh, it would appear that this guy has the Dark Artistry set. Let's take a look at that. Man, it's Raxus Gaming. You've got a nice Invoker set there. But while I'm pointing out the Invoker set, let's do the introductions as the Elder Titan reconnects to the game. So we have Raxus Gaming on Invoker for Quas support, Resolution on the Slardar, the Mighty Ginginator on the Clinks. I meant to click on Dazzle. Let's click on Dazzle. There we go. Maywin on the Dazzle. I believe you played that hero last game as well. That Martin guy on the Vengeful Spirit. So that is Quaswex support's lineup. And then on itsover9000, Monster playing the Slark. He requested this game and then you picked a Slark. I hate you. I hate you so much, Kappa. And then Chu-Li, Raw Dog on the Tidehunter. And then, let's see, who's on the Tinker? B2B me, playing the Quaswex Invoker last game. This game, gonna go for the Tinker. No extra stat items, just the Null Talisman and pulled Tangos on his build, so definitely different. Pyro VX playing the Lion. Gets actually a pulled Tango because he gave both his Tangos to the Tinker, so looks to be going safe lane. But oh, there might actually be a skirmish after doing all these introductions. I don't think I introduced one player. Elder Titan. It's Coddlet. But they see the Slark here. Maybe. I don't know. They're just sitting in this small camp. I guess they're waiting for someone. There are 4 heroes here. They actually spot out Pyro VX. He gets cold snapped. And oh, the Ravage 4-man stun. He is still going to go down though. It's Raxus Gaming gets the first blood. So an excellent starting point for him. Just well played on the cold snap there. So, and now Radiant team dispersing from their own jungle because they know that there's 5 dire heroes there. Tinker gonna run down and grab the top rune there because they know there's no dire heroes to kind of threaten it.
Smart money.
The only bad thing about this play is that now the Mighty Ginginator gonna take a while to get back to top lane, so might miss some XP, but and they're actually going to elect to leave the Clink's top alone against the Tidehunter. Probably okay, considering you could probably get some kills on the Tidehunter, I guess, but they're just going to go with their Slardar. And Coddlet actually gets Poison Touch and then stunned as soon as he goes for the stomp, but Pyro VX does come in with a 2-man Impale. He is just getting punched, man. The support's doing a lot. Actually, there's a stun again, and the stun comes out too late from Pyro VX. He will not actually take out Maywin. What a fairy fire. Salves up. Salve gets cancelled. Salves again. Alright, I guess he brought 2 salves to lane, or maybe he got salved by that Martin guy. I'm not sure. But either way, very early aggression coming out here already from Quaswex report. Monster. No Quelling Blade right now, so definitely struggling to CS, especially under tower there, so... Oh, which reminds me, let's get this here put up a little sooner. Looks like that the Invoker and the Tinker are CSing pretty decently up here. Top lane, Tide having some issues CSing. Obviously, I think that's just the power of the Clinks. Link's a very strong laning hero, has a lot of damage because the Searing Arrows, also has like 3.3 agi gain, so gaining a lot of damage early. So the lane very much in favor of the Dire side here, so Monster actually just going to get zoned out as well as Cottolette. Looks like Pyro VX is going to pull here. He has stacked the small camp, so no risk of sharing XP of the large camp, which actually Dire blocked anyway, so... Which I'm not sure why you would block that when you're running an aggro tri-lane. You probably want to use that camp to pull, break like one of these two trees. I'm not sure which one, but Tazzle picks up an Invis rune. Is going to run mid, but Tinker is kind of on his hill, so might get some harass damage. Maybe we'll wait for him to walk forward too much. Invoker is Quas, so he has Tornado EMP already. He actually misses the Tornado, so just going to be a little bit of harass. Actually lays down the March, has the rockets as well, and actually takes him down with the rocket laser combo. So Dazzle going for a gank just gets too aggressive, and the Tinker takes him down. And Raw Dog, almost out of regen, but Mighty Ginginator, he's currently tangoed up and he has 2 left, so he's okay. But bottom lane, they pull to the side, so oh, stun does come out on that Martin guy, as well as the stomp. Getting punched a lot, taking a lot of damage, but there is a shadow wave there from Maywin. There's someone with an Orb of Venom. I think it's a Slark, right? No? Is it the... Alright, it's the Elder Titan. Okay. So... Meanwhile, Slark just trying to finish up this hard camp here. Gets a little bit of extra gold on him. So... My only concern for the Tinker this game, he is having a really good start, having 1 kill, 16 CS. This is just a farm war here. Mid is the Slardar +1 combo. Obviously the amplified damage, even if you do have Blink Dagger on Tinker, you would probably will expect to see a Blink Dagger on the Slardar. Maybe not at the same time, but if he has his Blink Dagger as well, even if you do blink into the trees, he's gonna see you if he gets that amp damage on you. So could be very susceptible to some ganks. Probably gonna have to play just a little bit safer than his normal game. Cottolette is trying to swing around on the backside here on his Elder Titan, but Roxas Gaming pretty pushed up the hill right now, so not really in good position to be ganked. Meanwhile, the Mighty Ginginator just getting some punches in on Chi Lawjog. He does have 3 levels in Kraken Shell, so he's doing okay as far as tankiness goes. So bottom lane, the aggression continues. Resolution and Maywin just kind of going in with no real reckless abandon. There's no regen left on this Radiant side for either Monster or Pyro. So, and there's some from Cottolette, but he's top lane right now, so... Cottolette actually does have the Iron Talon awaiting him in base, so has his Calling Blade as well. No boots, however, right now, so that is the one sacrifice of doing this build at the moment. Attaboy Maywin has Shallow Grave at level 3 now, recognizing. But one bad thing about this aggro tri-lane, maybe splitting XP a little bit much, but that's usually what happens in aggro tri-lanes anyway. They're actually out-leveling the enemy team, I think, so... Yeah, they are actually. Wow, so... Pretty well played, I guess. Never mind. My comments are entirely wasted. And actually, Cottolette, gonna get going on here. Might die. He does have the stomp out. The stun, the impale comes through, but it misses on both. But the stomp comes through for sure. And Cottolette will get away with not much health or mana, so he should probably just base. Slark gonna run around, and now there's 3 heroes on him. He does have a Dark Pack, so it will go. Pounces away. He might be able to survive. There is a stun though from the Venge. Oh, Resolution and the Martin guy. Not necessarily on the same page. Oh, but Cautelet gets crushed because he's too greedy and just ends up going down. The Tinker actually went down mid lane too in that time while I was checking this aggression bottom lane at some point. Yeah, Invoker killed him. I think that Clink's rotated over based on the fact that he's running back top, so perhaps not seeing a Soul Ring build. I would expect that personally, but maybe not. Maybe he's just going to get some clarities and the Mango, of course, and then build an Orchid, and instead of building Desolator, of course, relying on the minus armor that the team will provide him. So, but bottom lane, Resolution gets hexed up. All 5 heroes are here. The Ravage goes out. He actually has a pretty early Ravage, and the Tinker takes down Resolution. Now Stomp on 2, Raxus and Maywin. The March comes out. It's pretty high level. Ooh, Maywin just barely doesn't go down. Now he's cold snapped up and he goes down. So the Tinker a little too far forward now. Chuli Raw Dog trying to go down. Ooh, the Spirit actually gets the kill on the Dazzle. That Martin guy stuns up Chuli. Now Chuli might go down to the Raxus. Cautelet does get the Vengeful Spirit on the side. The Urn taking him down. Ooh, no Tornado mana right now. Oh, Chuli tries to run away. Oh, he barely gets the cold snap. Raxus not gonna get stunned up by the stomped up, but Cautelet does pick up the DD, and Raxus is also low on mana, as well as Cautelet, so they both just disengage. And there will be an Orchid coming out on the Invoker. Looks to be what he's wanting to go for. Slardar gets an Iron Talon and 400 gold, so looking to work his way towards that Blink Dagger, hopefully pretty soon. And oh my gosh, he's level 6 when the Slark is not quite even level 5 yet. So he's just going to Dark Pack these off, but it doesn't matter because he doesn't have the Shadow Dance regen. So early game, wow, he even gets crushed up. He is going to pounce away, but Slardar has the leap. He Dark Packs, but it doesn't really matter because they're no level 6, but actually does get hexed and stunned up by Pyro VX here. Now, Resolution going to also ult him, so Monster just Dark Packs that off, and maybe gonna try to get back to base, hopefully, but meanwhile, mid lane, they are just gonna push, so yep. And what does Clinks have coming out for him? It's mana regen items, so yeah, Dire is gonna try and take out this mid lane tower here, so one Oblivion Staff already completed here for Raxus Gaming. And Tinker does lay down a March, but the tier 1 goes down, so. And now, Quas hooks report. There is a line drawn from the Evoker to say, hey, let's go bottom. Maybe a little bit indecisiveness, wanting to go for the Tinker, but the Tinker is going to base with full health and mana. Not sure why, but okay. Hopefully they spot out this small camp stack here. Alright, and Cautelet and Pyro VX kind of sense that something's up. I don't think they had a ward, so they go to the back, and now they place a ward down, an EMP. Thrown out Scott actually hits on Pyro VX, so yeah, Cautelet use the stomp. Ooh, they're trying to cut through the tree line to see him, but they're actually on the other side. Martin taking some tower hits, Malin tanking the creeps. So they want this here tower, but ROVX actually gets amplified damaged. He gets his Tranquils though, so will at least be at full health, but he doesn't. He has only level 1 mana drain, and there was a Clink's ultimate I just heard, so Clink's is also around here. Yeah, he's just chilling here. He isn't invisible, but he's gonna get mana drained by the Lion. But like I said, only level 1. Stomp comes out, hits only on the Martin guy. And now the Clinks is just going to try to go in. Tornado EMP, catches on 3. Ravager's back up though, hits on 5. The March is doing a lot of work, but is it enough to kill anyone? No. Pyro VX, no one's gone down yet. Mighty Ginginator takes one out. So the other Titan, first one to go down, he barely avoids the stomp, and maybe they're going to disengage now? I don't know. Slark's still no level 6. Really, really painful. He couldn't even like go top lane because pretty sure with that much of a level advantage, Clinks would just searing arrows him down, and then like skeleton walk and stuff. I don't know. I feel like that's just not a good matchup. And I guess he has his boots coming out now on the courier. Did he sell back his Iron Talon stuff? Or was that for someone else? No, he had it in his stash. I don't know. The Tinker went down in the meantime. Totally missed that. Detours. But let's see, who did he die to? Slardar. So yeah, Slardar also doing pretty well. Now they're actually also going to catch out the other Titan again. So Raxus doing pretty well, getting even closer to that second Oblivion Staff, and this is looking to be a pretty quick Orchid timing.
Radiant's bottom tower is
So,
under attack.
and with the Clink's Searing Arrows, he actually has Oblivion Staff as well, so it looks like he will be going Orchid Malevolence, relying on the minus armor from his team on the Clinks here to do more and more damage. So, not a bad choice, I would say. I still personally prefer Desolator, especially if you already have your Invoker going for it, but Slark did hit 6 up top. He is earned. Well, wears out, so is he going to be able to get away? He has no pounce. He has no mana for pounce even. He dark packs, so that's about it. And now Mighty Ginginator is here, so he's definitely going to go down. And the Clinks gets him. Now, you know what I should do just in case if I'm in game, if anyone's watching in game. Voice chat team, I think, is what it is. Maybe it's voice chat party. I'm not sure. Alright, whatever. We're going to try this one. Hopefully people can hear me now. Dire gets a ward up here on these Ancients, so they will know if the Tide is going to go for these Ancients on the Radiant side. And let's see. They have one more ward. Might like to place it somewhere. Oh, they actually wrap around on the Tide. He goes too far forward. He Kraken shells off of the Venge Stun, but it doesn't matter. There's plenty of damage to kill him, so. Invoker. Let's see. Oh, he's actually like, he just needs the recipe, which is 100 gold away, so. About a 15-minute Orchid when it gets delivered to him. Pretty good. That's a really scary timing right there, so things already looking pretty grim for itsover9000. Ooh, B2B me. Might get caught out. Nope. Alright. Let's see. Oh, the Slardar has his Blink Dagger. Didn't even need it there, though. Cautelet just getting, just cold snap down, really. And now, Clink's just going to work on the tower. That is one reason I would like to see the Desolator. Actually, he does even more damage to towers and just shreds through them, really. But, yeah, Orchid, probably not too bad this game. Let's see, Tidehunter can Kraken Shell it off, and Slark could Dark Pact it off, although if you Dark Pact the first Orchid off, you probably won't Dark Pact the second one off. Silencing the Tinker is pretty good, especially if you want to go for the solo pickoffs on him, like Clinks usually like to do. Older Titan, pretty good against that, obviously, and, you know, Lion as well. Lion level 5 at minute 15, not doing so hot, so. Ooh, the Tide might get caught out here, but the vision from the tree here, just stopping him from seeing the Tide. See, does he have his Orchid on him? Yes, he does, so he did get the Orchid delivered to him. What is on the courier here for a medallion for that Martin guy? Alright, so potentially even more minus armor coming out. I would like to see the Dire team do Roshan here really quick, and it looks like that's where they're moving to, actually. So, speak of the devil. Clinks activate Strafe and just go to work. So, minus armor is coming, and there's just not a whole lot that you can really do. They placed down a Sentry Ward just in case, but the Slark is nowhere near Shadowblade. I think he just picked up his Power Treads, and so even if Radiant were aware of this, I don't think it's too intelligent to contest, but that was a rather fast rush for 15 minutes into the game and goes straight onto the Clinks. And that actually gives him his Orchid recipe as well, so. The Dazzle also has a medallion, so double medallions, kind of strange to see, I guess, but I don't know. The Let's see, the courier actually doesn't
Dire's
pick up
top
anything?
tower
It was
is
getting
under
delivered to
attack.
Dazzle, I don't know. Maybe he got his stuff and I just didn't notice it. But, you know, B2B me, gonna spam the march
Radiant's
while,
bottom tower is under attack.
Quas report tries to push in the wave, and Monster is just top. Doesn't quite have the same luxury as the Spectre that he can just join the fights whenever,
Dire's
but
top tower is
definitely
under
understands that
attack.
he's way too weak to fight right now, but he might get punished for it. The Mighty Ginginator coming top with his nice shiny new Orchid, but Slark does TP. He actually TP's bottom where the fight's going on. That Martin guy might go down, but the pounce is missed. Ooh, he has enough move speed to get away, maybe. Still no pounce for another 5 seconds. Cottolette has mana for Spirit. Ooh, Martin guy jukes it, whether it's intentional or not. He still gets away from it, so he's actually going to come back in, so he gets hit by it. In the end, ooh, Pyro gets Orchided up, Tornadoed. Just takes about half his health, but since it was only magic damage, his Tranquil Boots is still active, so he's gonna continue healing up. Resolution and Roxas gets stunned up, but doesn't really matter. Or slept up. And I suppose they're just gonna try again. Tinker does not have bots right now, actually. That is really, really bad sign. I didn't even see that. He does have Soul Ring at the very least, but no bots is very, very hard. Makes it hard to defend towers. He's 200 gold away from it, though. Oh, Pyro VX gets... Oh, the Tornado barely misses him, so Raxus... Oh, the Orchid Burn actually kills him. And Raw Dog has, like, a lot of minus armor on him right now. Elder Titan sends out a Spirit, though, so... just zones him out. He's gonna go for a stomp, only gonna hit on the Clinks. So now, Quas report, just gonna go mid, probably get the mid tier 2. I'm gonna take a sip of water quick. Feels so good on my throat. But Slardar, about let's see, 150 minus, or 900 minus 150, 750 away from the 4-staff. Invoker has an Ogre Club. I hear the Clinks going in somewhere, and that means he killed the Tinker. Orchided it up. Now the Clinks gets hexed up, stunned. There's just not a whole lot of damage. He still has his ulti up, so just gonna go back in. Chuli has the minus armor on him, and actually ends up killing the Clinks on Mighty Ginginator. That Martin guy might go down soon, but actually 2-man stun. Cottolette actually gets taken down as well. So, and that Martin guy, I guess he got like a... oh no, Shadow Wave. I don't think he got an earn from his Invoker. So, the tier 3 meanwhile has a cart and like 5 range creeps going in at their tier 3, but Monster says, okay, that's some farm, I'll take it. But meanwhile, Quas report just kind of barreling down mid lane, so. And there it is, an Alacrity Clinks. See, I did speak about an Alacrity Tuskar being scary, but an Alacrity Clinks is also pretty scary. So, oh, the silence, he Kraken shells it off, so he does get the Ravage. So, the finger goes down, and then he gets lasered, so the resolution does go down, but the Dude pays his life for it, the line pays his life for it. The Slardar, or the Venge going down as well, so now Awen getting chased. The EMP did come out. Cottolette is the only one chasing, so he's got to be careful. The Clinks had Alacrity, he doesn't anymore, but he just gets Orchided and punches away, so a 3 for 2 in favor of, let's see, Quas report. And now actually, Invoker going on Monster as well. Let's see, he only has Dark Pact mana, he doesn't have mana for Leap, but does manage to stay on the fog, so he gets that move speed from his ultimate. So Invoker won't be able to catch him out. And as you can see, just a little level off, I guess, from that fight, since it was 3 to 2. XP kind of showing the same thing. My goodness, my voice is rather shaky. There was a lot happening in that fight. I was trying to think of everything that was happening, but I just wasn't talking fast enough. So basically, the line fingered Resolution, and then he got lasered, which killed him. Oh, there might actually be a initiation here on the Tight under? Nope. Ginginator says he'll probably just crack and shell off my Orchid, so not gonna be worth it. He could have killed him though. I guess he has a buckler, so decent amount of armor and health. But that Martin guy has a cloak now as well, so maybe gonna try to get a Glimmer Cape so he can help out his team if he ever gets fingered. Oh gosh! All right, I just like accidentally rubbed off my headset trying to itch my ears, but I'm sure it's fine. Alright, okay, I totally missed the Clinks going in, but he can kind of afford to do that, especially if he has Skeleton Walk on cooldown. Just kind of walk in, Orchid a support, blow him up in like 3 or 4 hits, and then Skeleton Walk away, especially if they have no detection. They did have a sentry right here, so they could see him temporarily, but I don't believe that there's any dust on this side. So yeah, there is, but it's on the lion, so I guess he chose his target wisely. Maybe didn't check the items, maybe he did, but either way, chose his target wisely, whether on purpose or on accident. So Monster, meanwhile, still just desperately trying to get that Shadow Blade, trying so very, very hard. See, the Invoker actually went for Aghanims, so I guess he had a point booster on the Courier, so that's a 22-minute Orchid Aghanims. And now there's just double Invis coming in through here. Resolution and Maywin leading in the front lines, actually. So Slark is right here. He does actually TP out, and he has a Shadow Blade completed. Won't have any buyback. They try to force staff and crush there, but he did TP out already. That was where he was, so good guess Resolution, but not quite what he wanted, or not quite the result he expected. So meanwhile, Clink's like 500 gold away from NKB, but meanwhile, Cautelet goes down to the Orchid combo of Raxus, and he's 8-0 now too. So a 9-0 Clinks and an 8-0 Invoker. Game is pretty rough for itsover9000 right now. Tied 200 away from a mechanism, so that could be somewhat helpful in the next fight if he can get it. B2B does have his bots now, so at least he can spam out March of the Machines a little more reliably. But the push is going to come in hard and fast from the Dire team, so let's see. Especially in like 3 levels, I guess, which will be a while away, but once he gets 3 levels up in Exhort here on Invoker, he can definitely micro some good old Forge Spirits. But meanwhile, the Clinks just keeps on killing, and I feel like, I don't know, I have to follow the Clinks around as well. So Clinks Raw Dog. Ooh, Ravage hits on nothing, totally whiffs. He was trying to do it, but he was silenced. He got the Kraken Shell proc, but it was really late. And now Monster actually goes in with Shadow Blade. He ults immediately, and he realizes, alright, I really shouldn't be here, and backs away. So that is Slark ultimate down now. And the Clinks, meanwhile, is just ratting. They ping him out like, hey, he's actually here. Okay, crap. He's gonna get the melee racks, actually. So he might try to go for the other one. Oh, he actually silences the Tinker. Does get the March down before that, though. He shouldn't go down. Oh, maybe he will, actually. Gets too greedy. The Orchid wears off, but meanwhile, bottom lane, the Slark does go down somewhere. The Tornado comes out, no Ravage available, no Earth Splitter available. It was actually used about 60 seconds ago, so Tide does have a mechanism now, so that can help them out. Tinker has his bots and a Soul Ring, so he can very likely, you know, just spam out some rockets and lasers and Marches of the Machine. Has a Blink Dagger as well now after the kill bounty from the Clinks. I think it was a solo kill bounty too, so he was the only one in the area. Sends out some rockets, but the Invoker actually just goes top lane and takes out the range barracks. And a Glyph used even, so really late Glyph, maybe just a misclick, trying to think, hey, we can save the bottom range barracks, and then not paying attention. So Cautelet trying to go on the Martin guy. He does get stunned up, but he's gonna follow him. Tries to stomp him up, but just a little too late. Sunstrike does come through, but it is only like level 2 exhort, maybe level 3. Oh, it is only level 1 exhort still. So Wouldn't have been enough to kill, but meanwhile, Raxus might find Monster. He wants to go for him, but Monster, ooh, he's gonna get greedy. He's trying to buy that Black King bar so desperately. He has that Ogre Club, but I think being out this far might get him killed. Nope. Instead, they might go for a different target. Or no? Is he just waiting for the Dazzle? I mean, the Dazzle doesn't really provide any extra damage, but oh, Slark did Shadow Blade up. Alright, he does get away though. So, ooh, good Force Staff play to avoid the Stomp there. I don't know if it was really necessary, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think they'll be engaging anytime soon. Probably wait for Force Staff to come back off cooldown. So, Lynx has a Blightstone now. Actually silences up the, oh, there's a Sentry there! And he barely just doesn't get the Slark because of the ultimate. Oh, 2-man Crush, 2-man Tornado EMP. The, oh, 4-man, Elder Titan ult, but it's only a level 1 ultimate, so it's not a whole lot of damage. So everyone does stay alive for the Radiant there, at the very least. But gonna be pretty hard still. And Roaxus actually just TPs all the way back to the top so that they don't lose this tier 1, and so that he can get some of this farm. And a tornado up the creeps and get some nice cha-ching. I'm sure that sounded really nice on his end, and now they Sunstrike the Roshan Pit and they're like, hey, this dude's back up, so let's go kill him. And, double medallion doesn't work, just by the way, guys. In case you guys didn't know, that was probably just a miscommunication, but in case anyone was wondering, that does not work out. So this Aegis will probably go the way you Roku? No? Slardar? Or, okay, Slardar. Clinks will actually go back for Desolator now. Maybe a little late for it, but the team actually does have a lot of low armor heroes, and like I said before, no particular famous AC carrier, unless it was like a carry Elder Titan. But yeah, see, like the Elder Titan has like 4 base armor and then +8 from like the mech, the Aquila, and then the tower protection. So the -7 armor gonna just add a lot of damage to him, but I don't even know if he'll complete it before this game ends. They actually put out all the initiation, double crush. Alright, the Dazzle Weave comes out. There was a D-word ward coming out right here, but they did get the Observer ward from the Dire on the Radiant, but the Sentry ward for the Radiant does get taken out, so Dire Sentry ward stays. Stomp comes out. Actually, Ginginator takes out Clinks, but Clinks actually takes out the Lion, but Lion probably, no, he didn't actually have to use Finger for that, so Monster takes him out, and now there's no Clinks for the push, and I think they just want to back out. Elder Titan ult did go down, but it looked like it only appeared to hit on that Martin guy, and oh, Tornado EMP catches one. Now the Deafening Blast. Resolution is here. He's amps up Monster. Monster has no mana left. He might just go down, and he does. So now Chuli Raw Dog gets actually crushed up. He does Kraken Shell it off. Cottlet probably gonna go down here on the back line. Pyro Dog actually fingers the Aegis away, and now he hexes up Martin. Martin gets graved preemptively. Oh, Resolution goes back in and crushes and defeats the Tidehunter. So even without a Clinks, the game is still incredibly difficult. So now they're just gonna go mid. They know that bottom lane is pushing in, and the laser does come out. So wait, was that that wasn't an Ags later? Okay, he has 2k gold saved up in the bank though, so at least he has buyback. But ooh, goes in and crushes on Pyro. Nothing really to come of it. Oh, he does get orchided though. Earned up, cold snap, tornado, and he's gonna die to the burn damage. So stun on Cottlet, and the Clinks is back. He is respawned, so gets kill on Cottlet, and now Monster maybe gonna try to kill the Ginginator, but he gets graved up. Ravage comes out. Alright, the Dazzle does go down, but the Deafening Blast comes out as well. Now Monster going back in. Raxus actually does go down, so 748 gold, but they do lose the mid-Rax. Ginginator is actually almost dead, but the Tinker gets the Vengeful Spirit up on the side here, so maybe not the most successful base defense, but it's something, you know. With a Tinker, anything is possible, because Tinker has, you know, pretty fantastic high ground defense, especially if he wants to buy an Aghanims now. 5-man laser, although the Clinks, which is most of their tower damage, already has an MKB, so kind of a risky investment. I don't know what else you would want to go. Maybe a Scythe of Ice, but you still have to wait 1,200 gold for that, I think. Let's see, I can't remember if Scythe... Okay, it's 57, or 56.50 now. It used to be 57 or 58, I think, but some changes, some other stuff going around, so...
Apple duty.
My water bottle has no more water in it, so I am going to just have to suffer through this time, unfortunately. So this game was probably over without a Tinker on the Radiant team, so at least they picked that hero. But Clinks has his full Deso on the way on the Courier, so has an MKB as well. And the Orchid, this is one very strong Clinks right now, 32 minutes into the game. So Tinker actually opts for an Aether Lens. Alright, I mean, I'd have liked to see something else, but I suppose it works. It's something. Evoker, meanwhile, Ghost walked up. There is no tier 3 tower, but they do have a sentry here, so they do spot him out. Gush, Hex, onto him. Then, but he gets forced out by the Slardar. Good play, and Radiant just choosing to not go outside their base that far. Definitely for the best, so smart choice, but now they get weaved up, so they're just gonna go in and... Alright, actually, okay, I thought it was a hero, but it's actually just a Moonwell that the Clinks is going on. Rocket's coming out, as well as the other stuff. Swap, actually, onto Monster. He uses his ultimate and then goes back in, but I don't think... Oh, he has actually completed BKB. Martin gets a break. Ravage comes out, it's on to 5, but the EMP is here as well, so... No, the finger does actually get used. Okay, Clinks goes down to the Elder Titan ult, but the Meteor comes out. Alright, so the Elder Titan Spirit actually allows the Vengeful Spirit to get killed by the Rocket. Now Monster is here to try and kill Raxus, but he does purge off the Orchid, but Raxus gets dusted. He's, gets stomped, so the Elder Titan getting some good kills there. They do lose their ranged Rax down here, and their melee Rax is pretty low, but it will regen at least. So, somewhat of a successful hold. There's a lot of gold going back the way of the Radiant. None of the Radiant heroes actually passed in that fight, so some good news at least, but being one Rax away from Mega Creeps, especially against the Clinks with a Desolator, not the best news that you can receive for sure, unfortunately. So, let's see. Lion has opted to go for a 4-staff instead of trying to buy a Blink Dagger. Pipe's Insight did get finished up on the Elder Titan there. Pipe actually completed on the Dazzle here, and then a Glimmer Cape on the Dazzle. He goes in, but there's actually 2 heroes here. He does have a Grave. He will use it on himself, but he can't really TP out. He also weaves, but I believe this is just a dead Dazzle. This is the Pounce, but stun is there, so... That Martin guy was also in the area, but he just kind of avoided being around. The Clinks actually has Dust now, so also going to be able to go on the Slark if he sees him. Slark going for Nacy. He also has a Medallion, so just a game of Medallions on the dire side. And yep, see, this is the issue. This is why that's just really bad news. The Clinks just like 6-shotted the... okay, the initiation actually goes in on Chule. He has no Ravage anyway, but he's almost dead. Just trying to get a little bit of damage. The Elder Titan ult actually hits onto 3, but the Lion goes down in the background as well. Tidehunter buys back. He will have Ravage in 5 seconds, but the Clinks is here. He doesn't get stomped up because he actually silences the Coddlette, the Elder Titan, and the Ravage comes out now. Mighty Ginginator actually gets killed by the Dark Pact. And the BKB is up, so he's running down. He's going to try and get someone, but BKB is gone now, so he does go into ulti form. Martin guy swaps him out, sacrifices his life. Raxus, oh, two-man stomp, but doesn't really matter. Resolution, sprinting away. Sark, kind of low on mana. Oh, he just Dark Packed it. Alright, so he does, oh, okay. He gets Slardar ulted. So, one buyback use, but Mega Creeps have been gotten, and GG is actually called, so... 2-0 is the series for Quas Wex report, taken from itsover9000. And Power of the Clinks is very strong. Jinjoninator? Ugh. That's kind of a hard name to say. What do you know? Just did really well that game as well. Let's take a look at the stats. I don't really want to do a double MVP, but I just might have to. The aggro tri-lane actually was a good call, so I don't know who called to give an aggro tri-lane for Quas Wex report, but I would actually give the MVP to them if I knew. Otherwise, I would probably have to say Clinks, the mighty Jinjonator, gets the MVP again. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. Hope you had a good time. I will hope to see you guys later. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. I do have a lot of work to do, so likely won't be seeing a cast from me until like next Wednesday or something. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I will see you all next time.